Hello my friends, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel. Topic of the video: connections with provinces and provincial immigration to Canada. Let me just clarify what it is. Many of you are looking to immigrate to Canada. You are not scoring enough to make sure that you would pass through express entry system. Right now the threshold in express entry is quite high. So what we're looking to discuss is what if you have connections with one province and trying to immigrate to another one, right? A very recent example is you have a brother or sister in Ontario and you're looking to immigrate to Saskatchewan or to Nova Scotia, or you name it, right? Doesn't really matter how these connections with one province will affect your immigration to the other. Some of the provinces are clearly and openly saying that if you have relatives in other provinces, they will not necessarily reject your application, but they will make sure that they will deduct as many points from your application as possible, that your life will be miserable enough so you will not be able to come. Right? So I'm talking about Manitoba in particular. But when it comes to connections with the provinces, like how these connections are rated, if you will, and how to understand them. Because say if you came to Ontario 5 times in a row, or applied for immigration, or sorry, not for immigration necessarily, for a temporary visa to Ontario 5 times in a row, you were accepted, you were not accepted, for example, and now you're looking to come to Manitoba, right? Well, of course, Manitoba will not be happy, and they will be looking at you, trying to understand why you were trying to come to Ontario before. But if you studied in Manitoba before, this study overall will overweight the fact that you were trying to come to Ontario afterwards, for example. Now, if you're studying in Manitoba, but now you're looking to immigrate to Saskatchewan, for example, and you have a brother in Saskatchewan, the fact that you have a close relative in Saskatchewan who is ready to sponsor you, well, not necessarily sponsor, to support you, will overweight the fact that you had previous connections with Manitoba, namely the study in there. So close relatives who are ready to support you will overweight the fact that you studied in the province. And the most serious connection will be a job offer. Regardless of whether you have relatives in other provinces or not, a job offer in, for example, Nova Scotia will overweight everything else with respect to connections with brothers and sisters somewhere in British Columbia. So if we grade those from the top to the bottom, right, probably the highest priority will be given to those who have a job offer, then it goes down to relatives, then it goes down to previous study in the province, and then it goes down to previous visits of the province. Now, of course, if you have brothers or sisters and you do not have any connections with any other province, but you still want to immigrate, there are lots and lots of points where you may try to prove yourself and convince officers that regardless, you are still looking to live in Saskatchewan, for example. One of the reasons might be the fact that, say, you're not in good terms with your brother or sister. You are not coming to them. You haven't ever tried to immigrate to the province where they're living in, right? You've never applied in there. You're never tried to come to them under a temporary visa, and you don't even talk with them, right? And haven't talked to them for the last several years. Maybe you had a family clash or whatever fight you had, right? And now you're not even talking to them. They're adults, you're an adult, you're looking to immigrate to another place, they're not ready to support you anyways, and you're not even talking to each other. That's one of the examples how you can try to convince officers. If you would like to discuss your particular situation, how to deal with this, feel free to drop us a line and we'll be glad to help you out. Stay tuned with us, and of course subscribe for the channel.